I like people who give. I like givers. And I had the opportunity to meet a giver recently who blows my mind. I'll tell you his story. He is in the United States Air Force, and his call sign is Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo flies an A-10 Warthog, an attack plane, does low ground support. It's called a Warthog because it's ugly. A big, ugly plane with a lot of armor to protect it when it's flying low. And in August of 2002, Johnny Bravo was flying above the mountains of Afghanistan. His job was to just hang out up there and wait until someone needs them. And then the call came in over his radio. Troops in contact. Troops in contact is what they say when somebody's in trouble and they need help down below. He'd heard that call many, many times in his life in training, but he's never heard it before in combat. This is the first time he's ever heard it. The problem is, as beautiful as it is up above the clouds, there's a sort of big storm brewing beneath them, and he has to get down below to see what's going on. So he tells his wingman, stay up here, I'll go see what's going on, and he points his plane down into the storm. His plane is getting thrashed about in the storm, and he finally pops out at the bottom, 1,000 feet above the ground, 1,000 feet above the ground, in a valley, cliffs on both sides. It's 2002, and so the planes don't yet have ground-hugging radar, and they're using old Russian maps. And what he can see is fire coming in from two sides of the valley down to the middle, like he's never seen before. He says it lit up the whole sky. So he points his guns to one of the positions over on the mountains and starts firing. The problem is, he's flying in a valley, and again, he doesn't know where the edge of the cliff is. But he has his Russian map, he knows the distance, and he knows his speed, and so he starts counting out loud. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, laying down suppressing fire the whole time. And right before he's supposed to hit the cliff, he pulls hard on the stick, pulls around, and comes around again. He hears over the radio, keep it coming. So he lays it down again. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Pulls it around again. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Pulls it around again. He runs out of ammo. Flies up above the cloud again and tells his wingman, you need to get down there. The guy says, I can't do it. He says, you have to. He says, I can't do it. He says, follow me. They fly 3 feet apart from each other, back down into the clouds. Johnny Bravo counts. His wingman lays down suppressing fire. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Back around again. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, until he's out of ammo. That night, 22 of our guys went home alive with 0 casualties. I got to meet Johnny Bravo, and he starts telling me that there are fates worse than death. A fate worse than death is accidentally killing your own guy. A fate worse than death is going home alive when 22 people don't. He's not braggadocio about it. He's not looking for credit. He's not looking for fame. He's not looking for a bonus. It's just who he is. I ask him, why would you risk your life for these people that you don't even know? Why would you even do that? And he replies, that gives me the same answer that people who do these things always say. They all have the same answer, because they would have done it for me. Now, I'm fascinated by this idea of the people who give, and why we give in the first place, especially if we might put ourselves at risk. Understand that in the military, they give medals to people who are willing to sacrifice themselves so that others may gain. In business, we give bonuses to people who are willing to sacrifice others so that we may gain. But backwards. The human animal is a cooperative animal. We're actually born to look after each other. We're actually born to cooperate. If you go back to Paleolithic age when Homo sapien showed up on Earth, and we existed at the same time as other hominids, and we were competing against them, but we were the ones that survived. We were the ones that thrived. Look at this beautiful world that we've built. They all died off. What was it that made us so successful, that gave us the ability not only just to survive, but also to do remarkable, remarkable things? The answer is cooperation. We are naturally cooperative animals. Understand, we grew up dirt poor, right? We were born into an area with no universities, no college education, right? This was the time in the Paleolithic area. We were incredible. There was not a lot of resources, and we had to get along. And so we realized very, very quickly that if we look after each other and we help each other, we're more likely to do it than by ourselves. By ourselves, we cannot lift heavy weight, and by ourselves, we cannot solve complex problems. But in groups, we are remarkable.